Live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series Season number 3 race at Spa-Francorchamps. So we are here tonight in Belgium, so it's the only international NASCAR iRacing FedEx League points-paying race that we have. And it, of course, plays host to the final race of the round of 8 for the Xfinity Series here tonight. It's a road course, so of course it's 2 road courses, but 2 different places for Cup and Xfinity this week. So the Cup Series will head to the Charlotte Roval for the first time ever. And of course, Xfinity for the second time will head to Spa, but this time it's in the playoffs. As we welcome you live to Belgium, the home of the Belgian Grand Prix in Formula One. We're going to hopefully have a good one here tonight in Spa. All right. So Spa, one of the longest road courses that we race at. Probably actually the longest road course that we race at, along with Road America. Might be just slightly longer than that. And yes, hopefully it should be an exciting one tonight. We had Michigan a week ago, and we're going to a completely different style of racetrack, Spa, tonight. So Cole Wilson was able to get the job done in Michigan last week, and now we're heading to one of his better racetracks, Spa. He finished top 5 in this race a season ago. We'll see if Cole Wilson can go 2 in a row and maybe pick up his 3rd win of the year. So he's already locked into the next round of the playoffs. As we take a look at your playoff standings, and everybody that's going to be racing is always here tonight. Final race of the round of 8. So 2 drivers will be eliminated after tonight, and the other 6 will move on to the round of 6. That includes Chicagoland next week, Talladega, and then Bristol for the championship cutoff race. All right, here we go in Spa. Track that NASCAR does not race in real life. They have 0 international races in real life, though. But the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series heads here tonight. All right. It's the 16th race of the Xfinity Series season. And we are all up and running here tonight in Belgium. Welcome live to Spa. First car on the racetrack is going to be the 8 of Cameron Chandler. 4 wins on the season. Was disappointed in his performance in Michigan. You know, K-Run in Darlington. It hasn't been a very flashy playoffs for the driver that finished 2nd in the regular season points. So you see more coming onto the racetrack. Here is White. Here is Tyler Stevenson. And of course, let's watch Matthew White. And one of the most famous parts of this Spa racetrack. Up the hill they go, through Eau Rouge. And there is White heading down the very, very long back straightaway. Down the Kemmel Straight he goes, into the hard braking zone. Matthew White's going to go wide and go off the track in the 33. Tyler Stevenson behind him had a very rough going in Michigan a week ago, was involved in multiple incidents, and he's under probation now for the rest of the season, I believe. So we'll have to be careful not to cause anything else. Here's Cameron Chandler heading down the back straightaway. As always, you can see the playoff banners on these machines. Chandler will go wide. So it's a very, very long and challenging racetrack here in Spa. Very high speed for Formula One, not so much here in NASCAR for most parts of the track. It's very similar to, I would say, Road America, if that's a good track to make comparison to. Chandler nearly in the gravel. And yeah, it definitely drives most like Road America in Wisconsin. But they're all the way here in Europe, in Belgium tonight for the Xfinity Series. Here's Chandler down into the little kink for the final time down this straightaway. And he's going to head into the final 2 corners. Into the chicane he goes. He may go wide. Track was just updated, so we got the brand new updated version of Spa here tonight. unlike last season where we're still using the old version. As Chandler heads down the front straightaway to start his lap, so a lap time here is definitely going to be one of the longest you'll see all season. Here is Cole Wilson, your winner in Michigan last season, or last week I should say.
Lap times around here are going to vary from about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's going to be an average lap time.
Yeah, so one of the longest lap times we have in Xfinity this year, as you heard Cole Wilson now, going to be one of our in-race reporters here tonight. He won in Michigan. So, Cole, that win in Michigan, how much confidence is that going to give you going to one of your better racetracks here tonight just to try to get the victory as you're already locked into the round of 6?
Yeah, definitely feeling pretty good. Love to get a good finish here and hopefully be in the top 2 maybe at the start of next round's playoffs.
All right, so here is Wilson down the front straightaway. It's the final road course of the season. 5 races to go in the year. And he will head down out of turn number 1 onto the gas. And up through Eau Rouge. In Formula 1, you can take this flat out. Not so much in NASCAR, as you can see. And it is kind of sideways through there. There's Stevenson, Matthew White. There's Andrew Stacy. He's had an interesting playoff so far. Was involved in that big wreck on the front straightaway at Michigan because he just couldn't get the machine up the gears, and had an okay showing in Darlington. Nothing flashy so far. All right. Sorry about that. We're back here at Spa. Here is Stacy in the 96 Chevrolet. There's the 33. There's there's Stevenson. Oh, he goes wide. Into the gravel goes Stevenson in the 14. "21 minutes to go here in the warm-up session. Practice for Spa will continue. Here's Richard Cherry on track. Usually up in the booth with me. Me and Cameron Chandler and Richard Cherry will all be in the booth for the Charlotte Roval tomorrow night in the Cup Series. Down the back straightaway goes Logan Giesbrett. Underrated road course racer, especially with the Xfinity car, so we'll see what he can do here tonight. Oh, he'll go wide, and nearly off the track goes Logan Giesbrett. Cole Wilson and Tyler Stevenson doing a bit of racing here. There's teammates, and they head out of the final chicane and down to the front straightaway. There's Cole Wilson over the board. And Cole Wilson is second currently. Here is Trenton Wilkin, winner of this race last season when he was full-time in Xfinity. And there's Aiden Donahue, the driver he was battling all race long. So we'll see how these two... Can they be in another battle here tonight? Will it be a rematch between these two? We'll have to wait and see. And there's more gravel being put down on the track by Aiden Donahue. So it could be a fun rematch in there as well. The exact same paint scheme he won in a season ago as well. Stacy making his way around. And he's sliding the back end out. So, of course, it's the final road course week of the season for Cup and Xfinity. Tonight at Spa for the Xfinity Series, and tomorrow night at the Charlotte Roval for the Cup Series. As gravel's being put all over this racetrack with the new iRacing update. That came out a couple of weeks ago. So it's 25 laps here tonight in Spa. And this track that's just over 4 miles. Oh, going going wide is Andrew Stacy. He goes into the gravel slightly. And down into the bus stop they go. He will make his way around, and down the front stretch goes Stacy in the 96. Andrew Stacy currently 4th. Here's Cameron Chandler going up through Eau Rouge. Chandler currently 2nd on the board. Logan Giesbrett, there's 39 of Richard Cherry. Tyler Stevenson currently 5th. Looks like he had an off lap. Cole Wilson here on a flyer. Down into the bus stop he goes. Into the final braking zone. Through the chicane. And down the front straightaway. Cole Wilson currently 3rd. He's going to stay 3rd, but improves lap time by a 2nd. Here's Trenton, heading down the backstretch. All right, so we got, of course, open qualifying coming up after this, just like all road courses. You're gonna have 10 minutes to do it, no matter what. You can run as many laps as you can. But with these long lap times, 2.5 minutes, you're probably only gonna see a max of 3 good laps, maybe even 2, maybe possibly more.
Yeah, the thing about this open qualifying, though, if you do start a lap, you are able to finish it. So we'll see some people maybe even crossing the line with 2 seconds left, but still being able to finish the laps.
Now make sure you have your tires. They're an optimal spot, so you can push it for your pole sittering lap. You also have to be careful not to go wide or make mistakes, because if you get a slowdown penalty or something like that and your lap doesn't count, then that's going to be detrimental to where you start. And Spa, definitely a very big rhythm racetrack, so you got to be in the groove all day long through these multiple corners. Here's Donahue. Ooh, a bit wide there for Wilkin. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot make those mistakes, much as Cameron Chandler goes top of the board. And Trenton down to the final braking. Sorry. Trenton down into the final braking zone. Donahue goes fastest, no shock. That's how he is at road courses in Xfinity. Wilkin is currently 5th for your winner a season ago. Here comes Landon Johnson on track. He's got to have a good night to advance. A couple of Chevrolets racing up here. Stacy, Giesbrett, and Chandler. Oh, going wide is the 96 of Andrew Stacy. And once again, Stacy slides, and he'll go down to the inside of Logan Giesbrett. Oh, and he's gonna go around. Through the gravel they go. A couple of cars. So cautions, unless we get a big pileup somewhere, are probably gonna be pretty unlikely for tonight, especially just like all road courses. Andrew Stacy will go wide once again. So you make a mistake, it's definitely gonna cost you, especially if it's after the halfway break, as Andrew Stacy will continue to go into the gravel. Here's Chandler, currently 2nd. as these drivers continue to wheel their big, heavy NASCAR stock cars around Spa in Belgium. As you can take a look at around this beautiful racetrack here tonight. One of the prettiest racetracks that we go to in the league. Lots of greenery, lots of hills, mountains in the background, and fans going to probably be enjoying a good one here tonight. As your commentator still can't talk. Still can't even do my own job. Here's Chandler up Rouge. So drivers are definitely going to have to get comfortable with going up Rouge, and that's going to be pretty chaotic if they're not single file up there on the start. Luckily, we have turn 1 to kind of sort some things out, where it's a normal turn, and we don't have to go side by side up there straight away. Side by side down to the inside, Gisbert and Cherry. Oh! Into the gravel goes the 80. All right, so 3 cars racing right here, 2 Chevrolets and 1 Ford Mustang. 12 minutes here left in practice. Here in Belgium for our little Belgium Grand Prix for the 2nd time in the Xfinity Series. Oh, Andrew Stacy going sideways in the 96 and right in front of Richard Cherry. Cole Wilson goes top of the board. A very, very solid lap by Cole Wilson. Down on the inside goes Logan Gisbert. So Cole Wilson looking for his 3rd win of the year. It would be 2 wins in a row after winning Michigan this week ago. So from Michigan to Spa, can't get much different than that. And then he hit Darlington to start off the playoffs. So a very unique round. One very, very long road course, one super speedway style racetrack, if you want to say. And then another track, I don't even know what you would call Darlington, to be honest. Unusual racetrack at Darlington. Cole Wilson is stopping. Here's Donahue. Landon Johnson is still trying to make some laps. All right, as we have 11 minutes to go in practice. Landon Johnson will be moving up full-time to the Cup Series next season. And he was full-time in Season 1. Raced Season 2 and now Season 3 in full-time in Xfinity, and now going to be back full-time in the Cup Series in Season number 4. Here's Matthew White, currently 4th. So tonight, just me as the main broadcaster. We'll have, of course, like I mentioned earlier, our normal broadcast booth. Me, Cameron Chandler, and Richard Cherry. And we'll be broadcasting the Charlotte Roval for the round of 12 cutoff race. And let's currently take a look at your playoff cut line for the Cup Series. So we're going to look at drivers that are below minus 20 in the cut line. So Matt Grab currently sits 5th, plus 16. You've got Ortiz 6th. So eight drivers make it out of this round. He is plus 12. Payson Lindsay currently sits 7th, just plus 1. John Butler 1 point above the cut line. Then you got Ashton Miller after a very bad showing in Michigan where he had an unlucky early incident. He is below the cut line, minus 1. Brad Havrilla is minus 11 in P number 10. Then he got Lucas Lewis down at -12. He's going to have a phenomenal day. Same thing with Cole Clausen. He currently sits -13 last in the playoffs. So that's your playoff grid entering the final race of the round of 12. So we'll eliminate 4. Currently, if the playoffs ended today, or the round of 12 ended today for the Cup Series, Miller, Haverilla, Lewis, and Clausen would all be eliminated. So, 2 drivers locked in, Aiden Donahue and Dylan Banks. And then Matthew White currently sits +29. Braden Hunsaker currently sits +28. They're not locked in technically, but they can lock themselves in after the first half. Here's Cherry. Up through a Rouge, he's sideways, then he's gonna go hard into the wall. Big wreck, first one we've seen all day. With 8 minutes to go here in practice. Huge one for Richard Cherry. He takes a massive shot into that fence. Wow. 8 minutes to go here in practice. All right, so 8 minutes left here in practice. Cole Wilson currently top of the board. Here's Cameron Chandler, who currently sits third on the board. Tyler Stevenson continuing to roll off. Here's Landon Johnson up through a Rouge. All right. So drivers might want to start to run some qualifying sim laps in a minute. So as this is a playoff cut line race to eliminate 2 and go on to the round of 6 after tonight, next week in Chicagoland, we will have live points updates. So Johnson is currently -6, John Wynn only +10, and then Chandler, Asbell, and Wilson all locked in to the next round. It's Stacy +30, so he could have a chance just to lock himself in after qualifying, or after the first half, I should say, by just scoring 2 points. All right. So 6 minutes left here in practice in Spa. Of course, quali coming up next in Belgium. For the second time, we're here at Spa. Last season's race had a very fun battle for one of the, I think, 3rd or 2nd place between Cole Wilson and Bryce Benton.
Yeah, we both spun it in the last corner synchronized.
Yeah, it was and then they both almost spun again as we look at Wilson up through a Rouge. Very cool camera angle. Here's the front straightaway. There's Andrew Stacy. And yeah. And of course, you can see all the new artwork updated here in Spa by iRacing. Definitely looks a whole lot cleaner and nicer than it did before for last season's race. So kudos to iRacing for that one. And then, of course, we have the new road course updates. Some updates with the Xfinity car, and then some updates where there's, as you can see, rubber on the track now all around, and the gravel can also come up. That can affect some things, so that's going to be something to watch out for today, especially in these restarts. If drivers put gravel down, it's going to make the track a bit more dirty and hard to handle. So should be interesting tonight, as Wilson and White are separated by less than a tenth. Chandler back there as well, and Donahue currently in 4th. So got a nice little competitive battle going on up front. Let's end right along here with Andrew Stacy with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Oh, he is loose in 96. And he will stop the machine. Here is Aiden Donahue. Let's just, as you can see, he's going to try to enter these final couple of corners. Probably coming to a lap, I'd have to imagine, this time by. Maybe try to go top of the board once again like he was before. He's currently 4th. Here is, you can see him working the wheel here. Nice and smooth, what we usually see out of Aiden Donahue. And there's the back end. You can see he almost goes wide, right on the edge of control. Donahue on the gas. See a little bit of gravel already being put down. That Donahue just passed. That's going to be something that is going to affect these drivers here tonight. It can also affect them in the Charlotte Roval tomorrow night, but there isn't really that much gravel at all at that racetrack compared to tonight here in Spa. So Donahue's going to enter the final chicane. So let's take a ride along with Aiden Donahue around a full lap here in Spa. Enjoy. Oh, he's going to pull it off. Okay. Right along with Cameron Joe. Cole Wilson had a big off in front of him, and he's just going to, oh, gosh, big wreck. Cole Wilson basically on his side, and that's a terrible wreck with these two. And they're both involved. Let's ride along with Logan Giesbrecht for a lap. Mistakes there by Giesbrecht. He kind of seems unsteady here, and this will probably be a bit of a slowdown lap now for the 80 machine. He's back on the gas though, so we'll take another lap around here. 2 minutes to go. Wide. Once again, minute to go here. Oh, and he's gonna spin. Round goes Giesbrecht. All right, so 30 seconds left to go here in Spa. So most cars off the track, I believe. Just getting ready for qualifying. So that will do it for practice. And it's time to set the starting lineup. So once again, 10 minutes of qualifying here tonight. Fastest lap, 1 round for the pole. It's open qualifying as well, so all cars will be on the racetrack at the same time. And yeah. Looking forward to a fun one in Spa. All right. Here we go for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series at Spa here tonight. Cars going to be on track for qualifying. So open qualifying is underway in Belgium. Home of the Belgian Grand Prix in Formula One. This iRacing's being okay. All right, so just going to be a couple of warm-up laps currently. Oh, Andrew Stacy goes wide. Almost 3 wide down to the inside, Cole Wilson. All right, so race number 16, final road course of the season for Xfinity. Matthew White got ahead of Cole Wilson there as they try to battle for some clean air. It's going to be especially crucial in the final first couple of corners. Stevenson went wide. He's going to put gravel on the track. That's going to affect some things. The driver's coming on behind him. So I think Cole Wilson probably, unless he wants to try to get a tow or something like that, to not have the dirty air effect with Matthew White, he's definitely going to want to leave a bit of a gap, and it looks like he's starting to do that. Because you don't want to have the dirty air, and as Matthew White will go wide. And here they come into the final chicane. Cole Wilson goes deep. So does Matthew White. They're going to slow it up here and be on the gas down the front stretch for qualifying. Andrew Stacy is now caught up to the bumper of Cole Wilson. So you got to be wondering, when are these drivers going to call it a fast lap? So if you have a mistake on this first lap, it's not the end of the world. You can slow it down, cool off your tires, possibly even come down to pit road to get new tires. If you want to do a whole nother warm-up lap. All right, so here is Matthew White heading down the back straightaway. Into the braking zone he goes. There's Cole Wilson, there's Andrew Stacy getting a bit sideways and squirrely. He's loose. This is definitely going to be a down lap for Stacy. Stevenson, Chandler, Wilkin, Giesbrecht, there's John winning the 97. Here's Aiden Donahue, he's late on the track. There you can look at that, all that gravel that was put up by other machines as Aiden Donahue heads down one of the straightaways, heading up to the Eau Rouge. So here's Trenton Wilkin on track. Oh, here's the Ada Chandler on the bumper of Stevenson. Definitely going to hurt his lap time. Stevenson, Oliver's, oh, he's loose. And yeah, this is, oh, Stevenson will spin. And oh, he's upside down. Okay. Okay. Really not sure how that happens, but all right. Ooh. This is one of the strangest flips I've ever seen. Five minutes to go here, so of course, like Cole said, you can start your final lap right before the checkered flag flies, and you can finish it. So these two pushing the limits. Cole Wilson going for his 3rd win of the year. Matthew White going for his second win of the Xfinity Series season. Of course, he's full-time in Cup. He's got 2 career Xfinity wins. He's run a lot of Xfinity races. He had one in Nashville earlier than season and one in Daytona for the Season 2 opener. So it's White, Wilson first, second, of course. Wilson definitely down in that first time. He's going to want to try to maybe have a cool-down lap or something this time. Here's Trenton Wilkin. Wilkin is third. Chandler was not able to put down a time. He must have had a slowdown or something. Here's Stevenson. Here is Matthew White. As we get ready to go here tonight in Spa, Matthew White trying to go on a lap. So it's Aiden Donahue now in second. Matthew White's still top of the board with a good lap. There is Cole Wilson going wide. Cherry is third. Wilson's down to fourth, who's top of the board in practice for a while. Ended up second. Nearly in the gravel is Cole Wilson, pushing the limits as far as he can. Oh, Cole Wilson's gonna get rid of this lap, and he's gonna have to try for one more, so he should be able to get it. He's got about probably 50 or 45 seconds to spare once he's able to get rolling again. There he is. It's going to be a bit close, though. Definitely only going to be one lap. 3 minutes left here in the time. There's Donahue. He's down here as well. He's currently 6th. Trenton Wilkin. Down into the final braking zone goes the 1. Trying to go back-to-back in Spa Xfinity wins. Down the front stretch he goes. Currently 5th. Here comes Trenton Wilkin across the line. He will, I believe, stay 5th. Oh, Andrew Stacy, he's going off the track. That may be qualifying over for him. So Matthew White improved slightly. John Wynn, Tyler Stevenson. And here's Cole Wilson looking to take the green flag this time by for his final lap. Cameron Chandler gets to put it down a time. So once again, playoff elimination race in Belgium. Down to the final braking zone goes Cameron Chandler. He's going to go wide to try to get a good exit. He's probably going to maybe go for one more flying lap here. We'll see as he heads down the front straightaway. A minute left to go. Chandler goes across the line. He is still not over the board. Must have made another mistake there. So he's going for one more flying lap. Here's Aiden Donahue, currently on pit road, so that's his qualifying over. Same thing with Giesbrett and Stacy. So Donahue's going to be at best second place. Here comes Cole Wilson down the front straightaway to start his final lap time. All right, so final lap times are starting here in Spa. We will see him go over the line. So they got about 30 seconds more to start that last time. And here is Cole Wilson. So if you want to start a final time, time is now. See a couple of cars heading down here. I don't think John Wynn is going to be able to get there. He's got about 10 more seconds. Tyler Stevenson will as he crosses the line, but John Wynn might just miss out. Same thing with Matthew White. He's just trying to put down one more flying lap. Oh, yeah, this is going to be it for John Wynn. Matthew White's going to be his qualifying over. This is his final flying lap. If he has anything left in the tank, it looks like he does not, and he's just going to slow it down. And yeah, this will check flags in the air for Matthew White over here. So that's his qualifying over. Let's see if he can do anything better. No, he's coming to a slowdown lap. Probably thought he had one more in him. So here's Wilkin, currently 5th. Of course, your winner of this race last season. To the checkered flag he goes. Gonna improve up from P5. Trenton Wilkin, he will not improve. He stays 5th. Here's Cameron Chandler, still gets put down a time. Pushing his race car. Chandler impressed kind of in practice because you don't usually think of him as a good road course racer. Here he comes. Final chicane for the 8. This lap will determine his starting position. Looks pretty decent and clean. Maybe a bit of a slide off corner exit. Could have been just a bit better. He's going to be 4th. And he'll back it down. Here comes Cherry across the line. He is currently 3rd, and he is across the line. He will stay P3. Here comes Tyler Stevenson. Matthew White. Cole Wilson is not on a time anymore. He's going to qualify 5th. Stevenson not really on a fast lap, and this should mean we'll just wait for Stevenson to come back around. He's the final driver on a flying lap. Yeah, but Cole Wilson must have had a mistake or something. He's not going to be able to improve anymore, so he'll qualify 5th at best. If Stevenson can do anything here, he still gets put down to time. Final braking zone for the 14. Looks like he's slow going down in there. Just going to try to put down a time. So he's on the board. To the checkered flag he goes. Across the line. Tyler Stevenson is 9th. And that will do it. Matthew White on pole here in Belgium. All right, so we are ready to go here tonight in Spa for race number 3 of the round of 8. We will eliminate 2 drivers after tonight. From the playoffs. Matthew is just, I don't know what he's doing. All right. Here we go in Spa. So it should be quali over, I think. Okay, so it's Belgium here tonight. So White, of course, going to be on pole here tonight for the 25-lap event. Halfway break happening at the end of lap number 12. And
Unfortunately for me, I got an off tap on my final lap, so I couldn't complete it.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to be perfect throughout all of the laps here tonight in Spa, but Matthew White was able to do it, and he's going to be starting on pole. Welcome live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series in Belgium for the 2nd time. Last season, this race, of course, was won by Trenton Wilkin. He will be starting in 6th tonight. So it's the round of 8 elimination race, and it's the final road course of the Xfinity Series season. All right, so of course we got Cole Wilson, our in-race reporter here tonight. So Cole, what do we think we're going to see here tonight in Spa for the 2nd time, as we already had experience at this track a season ago?
I think we're gonna see a lot of spread out racing. Probably 5-second gaps in between some drivers. I think we'll get a few spins early on, but no cautions besides the halfway.
All right. So we'll have to wait and see what happens up through Eau Rouge. So that's definitely going to be an interesting part. If they can get single file, it should be relatively okay. If they don't, then that's going to be everybody going for space up through there. And it probably will be even more aggressive after the halfway break, because that's when it's crunch time for the win. All right. Welcome live to Spa. So it's the longest road course the Xfinity Series goes to, and it's Matthew White on pole.
Watch out for the last chicane, bus stop chicane, really weird. So be aware for the front and back half of the field to get a little spread out on the start, because of some drivers will still be in the chicane while others are not.
Yeah, so gonna be interesting. That could help with the chaos we might see through Eau Rouge and then down into one. All right. Here we go. It's race number 16 of the Xfinity Series season here in Season 3. We are ready to go in Belgium. Home of the Formula One Belgium Grand Prix. And also home of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series playoff elimination race for the round of 8 in Spa. All right, Matthew White, Aiden Donahue, two of the best road course racers in the league on the front row. You got Cole Wilson, one of the fastest cars in practice, starting a little bit further back in 5th. He should be up there battling for the win. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We will eliminate 2 after tonight. Pace car comes down pit road. Matthew White and Aiden Donahue on the front row to the green flag. We are racing in Season 3 for the Xfinity Series at Spa. Side by side, down into 1 they go. Door to door between Donahue and White. Aiden Donahue has the outside. They're 3 wide further back. They're door to door here. Almost 3 wide. More contact behind him. And they're going to go side by side up through Eau Rouge. Who's going to give? White and Donahue door to door. It's going to be Matthew White giving as they head up through Eau Rouge for the first time. Now Donahue goes slightly wide, and White's going to be on his bumper. Here's Cole Wilson all the way up, already up to 4th, maybe even 3rd to the outside he goes on Giorgio Cherry. Now Matthew White going down to the inside. Cole Wilson really aggressively, and White will send it down in there, and oh, he's going to go wide. And yeah, that was kind of expected there by Matthew White. Here's how big of a send that was. And now, here comes Cole Wilson on the bumper of Donahue. He's on his bumper. Oh, Donahue's in the wall! Oh my goodness, Aiden Donahue will slam the wall. We'll see if he can get it going again. He's currently stopped and he will get it rolling once again. What has happened to Aiden Donahue? You saw him. I guess just some contact as Cherry will take the lead. Here is the 8 of Chandler to the inside of 12 of Wilson, and Aiden Donahue already off track. In the wall he goes on lap 1. My goodness. So he gets it rolling again. We will stay green. Cherry has a 7/10 of a lead after that first lap chaos. Down to the inside goes Chandler and Wilson. Gonna try to make a move. He will not. It will not happen, as there is Matthew White back into 4th after that chaotic start for him. So chaos to start here in Belgium. Chandler pulls over to the inside and lets Matthew White go. Now Wilson trying to run down Cherry. As they will head final time down the back straightaway on the opening lap. Coming to the first lap, Wilson is really close up to the bumper of Cherry, so very, very chaotic first lap. So many positions have changed as they head down the front straightaway. Here is Wilson to the inside of the 39 for the lead in Spa. Who's going to lead lap 1? It'll be Richard Cherry, barely, I believe, over Cole Wilson. Wilson to the outside, though, looking for the lead. He's there. Cherry
Not
really
sure
is
exactly
loose.
what
Oh, they make contact. Cherry goes around. Oh my goodness, Richard Cherry. No, oh, the 80 of Giesbrett's going to slam into him. We got a parking lot over here. Oh my God, okay. What has happened here in Spa? Everybody somehow gets it going again. We're not throwing cautions for stuff like that, unless it's a 30-car pileup. And Aiden Donahue is pitted. He is on pit road currently, servicing his race car. And my God, Cherry goes around. What a chaotic start here in Spa. Only on lap number 2. And now, Cole Wilson struggling. Here comes Matthew White. White looking. Wilson started 5th. It was up the 1st after the first lap. But now he's looking to maybe fall back to 2nd with White on his rear bumper. Here comes Matthew White. So yeah, with all that chaos, it kind of pushed Giesbrecht, Cherry, John Wynn, Johnson down a little bit further back. You got this 3-way battle for the lead. You got Trenton Wilkin lurking in behind him.
You're all good. Oh, on that start, it looked like, I don't know exactly what happened, but I think Aiden got a little bit loose in front of me, and then I was not able to check up in time, and I rear-ended him, and it sent him spinning into the wall. And then with Cherry, what I think happened was he got a little bit loose and slid up into me. Went around.
So now we got a battle for the lead. Wilson has damage on his rear bumper, I believe. As there you can see Matthew White got to his bumper, gave him a bit of damage, so that could have affected his performance. As now, here is White to the outside of the 12. Battle for the lead in Spa. Wilson gonna drive it down in there deep, and White looking for a crossover. Doesn't look like he'll get it as they pick up gravel here that was left on the racetrack. That's gonna really spray down this front stretch. As now, where is Matthew White gonna try to make a move? Up through Eau Rouge they go. Cameron Chandler now just lurking back there. They both go slightly wide. As they head down the long back straightaway. Wilson trying to hold position. And Cherry is now pitted. And he's looking to get 4 fresh Goodyear tires. You got 3 sets of tires on pit road. If you're running a normal race, you probably won't need them. Need them all, I mean. And these 3 all under a blanket battling for the lead currently, with Wilkin trying to make it a 4-way battle as now Matthew White goes wide into the gravel once again. I've been talking about it. You can see the gravel on the racetrack. That's just being laid down. These cars going wide. Battle back here. Stevenson and Giesbrecht side by side. P6 up for grabs. Stevenson sends it down in there. Giesbrecht will go wide. And it looks like Tyler Stevenson will hold position for now, but now Giesbrecht back on his bumper. And also the battle for the lead. It's just trying to heat up once again. So Cherry's back on track, but man, what bad luck for Aiden Donahue in Spa in the Xfinity Series. Remember, he was leading most laps last season until his motor blew up about halfway through the race. Now tonight, after taking the lead, gets turns in the very first lap. It's going to be out. Just terrible luck for Donahue here. And this race is now, there's the 33 of Cherry, or I should say Matthew White going wide, almost into the back bumper of the 12. And this is allowing Chandler to close back up. Donahue is back on track, currently 1 lap down. So he's not out of it, but I mean, he technically could get the wave around here if the free pass if Cherry does not get lapped. It doesn't, he probably won't. About a minute to lap in. So Donahue would probably get the wave around with this. So we'll see. It's not over yet, but not a good start at all for the 24. Oh, Wilson goes wide. Off track he goes. Here comes White. White to the outside. Big mistake there by Cole Wilson. White is there. They're side by side for the lead. White goes a little bit wide. Now here comes Cameron Chandler. Where's he going to go? Wilson back on the inside looking to protect. White looking to make a crossover. Almost contact once again for the lead. Three-way battle for the win, or stage win, I should say. Wilson goes wide. Now White's there. They're side by side. Heading to the braking zone they go once again. And these two both going for the lead currently here in Spa. Yeah, Wilson is definitely starting to struggle, and now all three of them on each other. I believe Cole Wilson's probably holding up both Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. White looking, he's to the outside, and he's there. Side by side for the lead. Wilson, though, sweeps around the top, gets good momentum, and he'll somehow clear Matthew White once again. We'll see what happens down into the braking zone. For the final couple of corners, it's a send by Matthew White. He is to the inside. Wilson is not looking to give this position up. White looking for a crossover back to the outside now. What will Wilson be able to do now into one? He'll probably just try to push him wide again, but now White is there. Wilson sends it in deep. Into one they go. He pushes Matthew White, or actually Matthew White pushes himself a little bit wide. Wilson will slide off corner exit, and White's back there. So someone's got to give going up through Eau Rouge, but it's very dangerous to go side by side. It may be Cole Wilson, and it will be Cole Wilson. Matthew White will take the lead. But Wilson back on his bumper. White makes a bit of a mistake there, and they're heading down the back straightaway with momentum for Cole Wilson. He's to the outside, looking to get there once again. Now back to the inside. He'll drive it in deep on Matthew White. And White will clear him as Wilson slides. Here comes Chandler. And now here comes Wilkin as well. Four-way battle for the lead. Wilkin looks to the inside on Chandler for a second. I do think Chandler is a little bit faster than Cole Wilson. Wilson is definitely loose, as you can see. And he's starting to make a couple of mistakes. Here comes Chandler back to the inside. He'll slide. He almost goes wide. They're side by side. Very dangerous part of the track to be door to door. Still side by side. Wilson maybe gonna give, but Chandler's off into the gravel. Cameron Chandler will go wide. He'll lose a spot to Trenton Wilkin, and that's a big moment. It's now Wilkin on the bumper of his teammate. He's there on Cole Wilson for second. This is just allowing Matthew White to pull away. It's a 1.1 second gap already up front. Here is Wilkin. He'll drive it down in there deep. And And down the front straightaway they go once more. John Wynn is pitted, as you can see. Currently 1 lap down, 2 laps down now, so something happened to John Wynn. And Wilson's not giving up yet. He's on the bumper. Oh, we had a car going into the gravel. It's Andrew Stacy. He goes wide. Now here comes Wilson. Still trying to pressure Matthew White. He's looking outside once again. Side by side. Wilson to the top. White on the bottom. Door to door. Wilson slides. White slides as well. They're side by side. Here comes Wilkin as well. He's going to go to the inside of his teammate Wilson. Great 4-car battle for the lead in Spa. Wilson looking to get there once again. Oh, White goes into the gravel just for a second. And now Cole Wilson back on his rear bumper. Oh, there's Matthew White going wide. And here's the 12. Back to the door to the 33. White will have the preferred lane. Wilson's going to try to stick it on the outside. He's doing the best he can. Now he will have the preferred lane in this corner. Great side-by-side action for the lead. Nearly contact. White's going to send it back in there. He'll go deep. Here's Wilson. Back to the inside. Still door-to-door. Here comes Wilkin, almost 3-1 middle. He's there, he's the outside of the 12. Oh, contact! Wilson goes wide. And the 12 might lose a spot to Cameron Chandler, and he'll be back to 4th. And here comes Wilkin. He's to the inside on Matthew White. Side by side once again between Chandler and Wilson. Cole Wilson not giving up, and he'll pass Cameron Chandler once again. Great battle for the lead. As now down to the inside goes Chandler as John Wynn is retired from this event. Chandler door to door with Wilson. Gravel being kicked up, and now Cameron Chandler up into P3. Here comes Wilkin though, on Matthew White. Will he be making a move down this long back straightaway? We'll see. Wilkin currently to the outside. Will he try to fake? Chandler looking for a send as well. They currently stay single file for now. Oh, but off the racetrack goes the 1. And now to the outside goes the 12 on Cameron Chandler. And Wilson will take back 3rd. Not so fast, says Chandler. He's back to the inside. Wilson will block him off. Great battle for the lead. It's now Matthew White trying to pull away from Wilkin. And now kind of a battle for 2nd place, as White's back there still leading. Oh, big set down to the inside for the 8 on Cole Wilson. They're side by side for 3rd. All right. So now they're still racing door to door. Contact. Oh, Matthew White goes wide into the gravel. Up for the lead. Cole Wilson is mowing the grass side by side with Cameron Chandler. And now here's Wilkin looking to the outside of the 33 of Matthew White. He's there. He is looking down low. He's got the preferred lane. White moves over to the left to try to block him off. Down in the one, Wilkin slides, but he's going to take the lead from the looks of it. He slides once again, though. But Trenton Wilkin, your winner last season of this race, will now lead in Spa. 5 to go till the halfway break. Matthew White not giving up. He's looking back inside. Oh, but he really sends it back in there on the top. He's trying to get there on his quarter panel. Matthew White goes wide once again. And he's looking back to the inside of the one. Giesbrecht has also brought it down pit road and retired, brought it to the garage. So another issue by one of those Chevrolets. Almost contact for the lead. Matthew White was all over the back bumper of Trenton Wilkin. Wilkin continues to slide around in the one. Now watch the pressure by Matthew White, still on his bumper. White really sends it down deep. Wilkin slides, White's to his inside. They're door-to-door for the lead once again. Here comes Matthew White. He's around the outside on Trenton Wilkin. Wilkin's got the preferred lane heading to the third to last corner. Now into the braking zone for the final chicane they go. Look at Wilson sending it in there on Cameron Chandler. Oh, contact for the lead once again between your two leaders. Now White's to the top. Trying to use that outside lane on Wilkin. Hasn't really worked for him so far. Wilkin's going to try to push him wide. He slides a bit. Now here comes White back to his inside. Now back to the outside goes White. Trying to find a way around him. Someone, of course, has to give, as always. Nobody wants to give. They're door-to-door up through Rouge. Side by side they go. And it somehow works, and they're still side by side. Now Wilkin will clear him. White, back low. Wilkin can't block him off. He'll try to. White really drives in it deep. Wilkin goes wide, so does White. Now we look at Chandler to the inside of White. He takes second. Look at Cole Wilson now for third. Matthew White had an issue or something. I think he had a slow down because he went wide. Wilkin didn't have one for some reason. Look at this contact for third. Crossover coming for Wilson. And he'll stay single file. And look at the battle now for the lead. Out of nowhere, here comes Cameron Chandler. Gravel all over the racetrack, as you can see. But what a show these guys have put on up front, all four of them. And Chandler looking to the inside of Wilkin once again. He is on his bumper. Wilson has some back end damage, as you can see. Into the final chicane they go. Look at Wilson sending it down in there on White and Chandler. He's to the inside of White, could get that spot, but he gets a bit tight. White's gonna try to maybe slam the door shut. Wilkins slides. Wilson trying to keep it to the inside on White. He will not. 3 to go to the halfway break. Ooh, big send by Chandler. And now here comes the 33 of White. Chandler had to check up. Yeah, so sorry about that. 3 to go until the halfway break in Spa. Wilson, oh, he goes way wide here in the 12. Cole Wilson has probably been the most aggressive driver all day long, and it has put him in 4th. Chandler, though, looks to the inside just for a second. Sneak in there on Wilson. Gravel still being kicked up, as you can see. Cole Wilson beginning to kind of fall off this 3-car battle that's ahead of him. Chandler, though, is slowly but surely pressuring Wilkin to try to give up the lead. He's once again to his bumper. Wilkin's going to go a bit wide, nearly into the gravel. Just pushing the limits here. They only have about less than 3 laps to go to the halfway break. I'm on a 2 to go this time by. Here comes Chandler. Will we see us end? He's to the inside. For the lead in Spa. They make contact, and they nearly both spin. They will both somehow save it. Chandler's going to fall back into 3rd, it looks like. Wilkin will retain the lead. Side by side, and Matthew White gets 2nd place. With 2 to go. Oh, big lock up there by the 1. Here comes the 33. What a story it could be if Trenton Wilkin won this race 2 seasons in a row in the exact same paint scheme. There's an update on Aiden Donahue. Still has damage on his machine, but if he gets that lap back, if he's able to drive it back around, he might not actually be able to pit, to be honest, because of how long the laps are here at Spa. But if he's somehow able to pit, and he somehow gets his lap back, we could see another car into the battle. It could make it a 5-car battle for the win in the second half. About a lap and a half to go until the halfway break. Wilkin trying to win the stage. Here comes Matthew White. He's to the outside on Wilkin. He's there. They're side by side. For the lead is White. Goes into almost into the gravel. He's kicking up gravel. We might need a truck to come on here and clean that off. Now they make contact for the lead. Side by side. White trying to get it back. Wilkin, though, looking to pressure him as they make more contact. Here comes Chandler. 3 wide for the lead in Spa. White's off the track. Now Chandler to the inside. Wilkin is blinking. and White will be back to 4th. Chandler's going to take the lead. My goodness. Wilkin does not want to give this up. They're coming to the white flag until the halfway break. Big sends, contact. Oh, Wilkin goes wide. Here comes Wilson now in the second. Chandler is really sliding. Now Co Wilson for the lead. What a battle. My goodness. These four are all going for it. Now in the final lap till the halfway break. It's been like this all race long. Look at all the gravel they kick up here. Now Chandler has about a half-second lead. He's just going to have to try to hold on to that through the final lap here till the halfway break so he can try to get a stage win and a playoff point. Wilson wants the same. Now here we go. Wilkin to the inside. White trying to follow with him. Wilson's not going to try to block him off. These two Toyotas from ETR are still continuing to battle for second as Wilson slides. Wilkin gets loose as well. He'll drop back into 4th place, and now here's Matthew White in 3rd. So many changes for position up front. Ooh, a bit of a tight moment there for Cole Wilson. He's looking to get some adjustments and fresh tires, possibly even some damage repair on that 12. Matthew White pressuring his bumper. Oh, he's in the gravel. White looking inside. Almost contact, maybe contact. And White's going to be into 2nd, but he slides, and here comes Wilson. He'll send it in there once again. Oh, Cole Wilson spins! Around goes the 12. He will sort of spin. He'll kind of save it, all things considered, but he'll lose time and will be back to 4th. Matthew White, he's probably just too far back on Chandler to do anything here. We'll have to most likely accept 2nd, maybe even 3rd if Wilkin can get to him. Oh, White into the grass slightly. That got him loose. And it was very unlikely looking into this a couple of laps ago, but Cameron Chandler is going to head through the final chicane. And just going to make sure Matthew White does not get to his bumper. He will not. Cameron Chandler sees the green and white checker flag. He's going to win the stage here at Spa. What a great performance there at the end to get the lead. It's going to be 2nd for White, 3rd for Wilkin, and we're going to just throw the caution as Wilson comes across the line. What a battle, though. Up until the halfway break. Great first half here in Spa. Oh. White is just drifting. All right, so fun first half. We're under the first caution of the night. Only 13 laps to go. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's Spa. It's a lot. It's not going to take any time. It's not going to be a short 13 laps, I should say. So we're under the halfway break, so 2 cars are out. Aiden Donahue will get the free pass. Oh, Matthew White is going into the gravel. So he'll probably just go straight to 1 to go, most likely. Oh, Matthew is... Oh, he's going to... What is Matthew White doing? I'm not really sure. It's pretty stupid, but okay. Now Matthew White has damage on his 33. All right, so we're going to see cars pit here. So into the gravel goes Wilkin behind him. So first caution of the night here in Belgium. So we may be able to go 1 to go after this. I hope we can, but the field's kind of spread out. 4th on back, or 5th on back, I should say. Now under caution, they kind of spread themselves out for the top 4. All right. And no, they still got to catch the base car. Forgot about that. Oh, Matthew. Okay. What? Okay. So they're not even going to be able to pit this time by, so they're going to have to do another lap. So we're definitely going to 1 to go once they roll off pit road. This could actually. Oh, and what is he doing? I mean, honestly. I get you don't need these tires anymore, but Andrew Stacy wants his car. And yeah, I don't know. All right, we are under the halfway break, so we'll see if Aiden Donahue is able to unlap himself. There he is. So he should be able to do it. I don't know if he's going to be able to pit, that's the thing. And if he can, that's going to take him out of it. There's no way he can contend with drivers on fresh tires, and especially that he has damage. So it's going to be tough for Aiden Donahue to try to get back in, and he was luckily able to only be 1 lap down, so we will see. Should be interesting halfway break. So this would probably leave 10 laps to go when we go back green, so not going to be a long time at all. We're going straight to 1 to go after they come off pit road, obviously. So everybody looking for 4 fresh Goodyear tires, some Sunoco fuel, maybe a bit of damage repairs if they need them. After such a fun first half. So what is he doing, honestly? I don't know why he's doing this. He's right in front of another car. It's just kind of stupid. Yeah, okay. And he's gonna, okay, you know what? This will stop Stacy again, so he's gonna have to get an ELL. All right. And okay. Yeah, so White was given a 30-second penalty that he's gonna have to serve.
You gave Matthew a hold?
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's
fun.
not happy about it on voice chat.
Well, he's wrecking himself under caution, so I mean. All right, so 12 to go here, so they're going to be finally able to get on the pit road. And yeah, so we'll go straight to 1 to go, obviously. So Aiden Donahue still has not unlapped himself. Here he is in the 24. Yeah, this is going to be tough for Aiden Donahue. All right, here we go. Leaders on pit road. After the longest caution ever. It's still not over. So it's going to be 1 to go this time by. It'll be nearly impossible for Donahue to pit and get his lap back at the same time and catch up for the leaders for the restart. just unlapping himself now. Yeah, so it's looking pretty unlikely, I'd have to say so. Oh, it's Landon Johnson back there having an issue. He missed pit road. So Matthew White, because of his shenanigans under caution, he's getting a 30-second penalty. So it's going to be Chandler off pit road first. Second going to be Wilson. Third going to be Wilkin. So White's going to have to, of course, serve that 30-second penalty for dangerous driving under caution. Here's Landon Johnson pitting now. All right, so here's, yeah, Donahue. We're going to be one to go this time by, obviously. So we're not waiting another lap. So that's stupid. Nobody wants that, but, oh, Cherry is stopped. And he's going to get rolling again. So everyone should be able to catch back up here. Donahue, though, probably won't be able to. He got his lap back. Yeah, he's going to be able to catch up to the end of the field, but he won't be able to pit, I don't think.
I got a speed-in penalty on exit.
Oh, so dropping to the rear now is Cole Wilson. That's not really that big. He's not really going too far back. But yeah,
so have to try and get by Tyler and Stacy as quick as possible.
So it's only going to be 10 laps to go until the end of the race, of course. So Trent Wilkin and Cameron Chandler are going to be on the front row. Here for the final race. So Landon Johnson entered this race below the cut line. So he scored 8th place stage one. So he scored 3 points in the stage. He's currently running 8th. So it's going to be interesting. 8th place awards you. 8th place awards you 10 points. So he needed 7 entering this race. So he finished 8th. He would advance. And Xfinity doesn't exactly have the biggest battle outside of the championship this season. Cup is really where it's at for the playoff cut line battles. That's close. Separated by 1 point after 2 races of action for the final playoffs between Lindsay, Butler, and Miller. So here we go. On 1 to go. What are we doing? I don't know why we're still on 1 to go. It's 2 to green. 2 to green, I mean. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. We're going green. We're not waiting anymore.
Aiden's not going to be able to catch up if you don't extend it, so Cherry wants to know if you can.
We don't usually extend it for one driver, and it's Spa, so pace lap takes like a half hour, so I don't think we don't have a whole lot of racing anyways. So I don't even think he's going to be able to catch up because he's still on pit road. And okay, you know. Okay, so don't know
Screw
why
you,
we're.
Matthew C. White is being smart and pitting.
Yes, unfortunately, race control not listening to me, so we're going to have to run another lap under caution. Okay, so we gotta wait another lap here. I mean, this is the reason why I wanted to go straight to green. after we came off pit road. We're only going to have 9 laps to go now.
Who are your picks here, Ethan? Who do you got here for the final 10 laps?
I'm going to say Trenton. I think he goes back-to-back in this race and wins the exact same paint scheme 2 years in a row. Seems like kind of a cool storyline.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, unlike my prediction at the start where I said I thought it was going to be really spread out racing. Yeah, that's not how it's been. So I wouldn't be surprised if Trenton and Cameron battle a lot here at the beginning.
So we'll have to wait and see.
I think me, Matthew, and Aiden, and Sherry also, all of us were running very well in practice and qualifying, and even the race too. And some incidents now further back, so watch for them to try and make a move to get back up front.
All right, so here we go. Still another about a year and a half till they come back to the green flag. But it's going to be only 9 to go. I don't even know if Donahue's going to get there, so this might have been just a whole waste. Still got 2.5 minutes to make up. So, I mean, like, yeah. All right, so it'll be 9 laps to go. So, of course, Chandler going to be having the first position. Wilkins going to be on his outside. So, should be a very interesting battle down into 1 and 2. We saw a side-by-side battle for the initial start. Somebody's usually got to give going up through Eau Rouge, but we saw one of the laps, side-by-side action between, I believe, Wilkin and White up through Eau Rouge, and somehow it worked. Nobody gave, and it worked. So looking where Donahue is, he's only just off the back straightaway, so I don't even know if he's going to get there. And we're coming down to the final couple of corners, just 2 of the green flag. He's definitely not even going to get there, so don't really understand why we did that, but okay. Here we go. It'll be 9 laps to go in Spa. Wilkin, Chandler on the front row. 9 to go. Back up through the restart zone they go. Chandler is off and away and green. Cameron Chandler leads down into turn number 1. He'll clear Wilkin, of course. To the inside goes Stacy on Cherry. He nearly gets to his bumper. Stacy's loose. Here comes Wilson to the outside. Already a second gap for Cameron Chandler with Wilkin on his bumper. Matthew White goes off the track just a bit. As they head down the back straightaway, 9 laps remaining in Belgium. To the inside goes Stacy. Looking to get there on Cole Wilson. Wilson, of course, had a speeding penalty. Under caution is now, there's a 39 at Cherry going wide. He may have a slowdown. Wilson looking to his inside aggressively. He's there. He takes third away. Now Stacy on Cherry. And up front, here comes Trenton Wilkins trying to reel in Cameron Chandler. battle here. Stevenson still holding up the 33 of Matthew White. It was such a great restart for Cameron Chandler that he's able to get away by 1.1 seconds. Trenton is really trying to run some fast lap times, just try to run him down. Oh, Chandler goes a bit wide there, but yeah, Cameron Chandler came into this race with just not a whole lot of confidence, but he is so far doing a very, very nice job here tonight. Looking for win number 5 of the season, which would be most of anyone in Xfinity this year. 8 to go. How about Cole Wilson? Putting in faster lap times than Wilkin and Chandler. He is coming. Looking for second on the one, who is just really not fired off very well. Up through a Rouge. Down the Kemmel straight they go. Top 5, Chevrolet, Toyota, Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet. Cole Wilson trying to be nice and smooth to try to catch down Wilkin and Chandler. On the rear bumper of his teammate. Wilkin hasn't made many mistakes, but Wilson's on his bumper. He's got to try to get around the wall. We got a car in the gravel. It's Andrew Stacy. And he will get it back on the track. Matthew White's one of these drivers that I'm really surprised hasn't really gotten up to the battle for the lead. Here comes Wilson to the inside of his teammate. Side by side, he slides. Wilkin may have the advantage to re-clear him, and now it's a 2-second lead for Cameron Chandler. So Cole definitely wants to try to get around him ASAP. That could allow him about 7 laps. Oh! Big slide for the one. That's going to allow Wilson to go right around him and most likely just clear him for second. Huge mistake by the one of Trenton Wilkin. And now Cherry to his outside. That did slow Wilson down, so we'll have to see. It's about 3 seconds now for the lead. Cherry now into the podium positions. Wilkin, though, looking to send it back in there for third. Okay, iRacing. So Cherry blinks, and not really sure where he went. He's somewhere up here. There he is. All right. Oh, but he's loose. And he's almost going around. So Wilkin gets to his inside. This time by Cole Wilson, not much faster at all than Cameron Chandler. Chandler had 0 confidence heading into this weekend. And somehow, some way, he's holding off some of the best road course racers in the business. Less than 7 to go in Belgium. Ooh, that's a bit wide by Cameron Chandler. Don't want to make any mistakes here this late in the race. Everyone trying to go nice and smooth. It's right along with Cole Wilson in the 12. And watch his hand movements. Yeah, just really not closing up at all. It's kind of just staying even between these top two. 2.9 seconds, 2.8 seconds, maybe 2.7 for a minute. Just kind of the gap we have up front. Wilson is pushing. Chandler just trying to hold on. Across the curbs he goes. And down the front straightaway for Cameron Chandler. Wilkin still kind of lurking back here. Bit of a better time there for Cole Wilson, but not going to be enough if he wants to try to catch him. He's got to have Chandler making mistakes. Matthew White now inside the top 5. Landon Johnson moving up to 7th from the looks of it. Oh, Tyler Stevenson goes off track in the 14. So he'll have to try to get it back going again. He will. 2.3 seconds now, the gap. He closed a couple of tenths these last couple of corners. Ooh, Chandler nearly in the gravel. Cole Wilson hasn't been the cleanest all day either. Wilkin not going away. Oh, Cherry is in the grass. This is most likely going to be a slowdown, and they'll have to allow Matthew White go. To have to imagine he's not. He's going to block him off. White will go to the outside. Though you see Andrew Stacy going wide as well, and now White will have that 3rd spot. Stacy back here. Stacy in the gravel once again. This time by, Chandler has been much quicker than Cole Wilson. Trenton had some sort of issue. I'm not really sure what it was. We're looking at pace car. All right. So 6 laps to go. Not really sure what went on with Wilkin. Maybe just a blink, maybe something more. 3.3 seconds the gap. Chandler had a good lap there and was able to pull back away from Cole Wilson. And I think this is a good time. Coming to 5 laps to go at this 4-mile racetrack to go to crank it up in Spa. Oh, Cole Wilson goes wide. And that may be a slowdown penalty for the 12. There he is. Now 3.34 seconds back. And still not really closing up anymore, so we'll go back to crank it up. Shadows becoming larger. The sun beginning to kind of set here in Belgium. Yeah, Spa-Francorchamps has come back to 3 laps to go in Spa here tonight. So if the race ended right now, the drivers advancing would be, of course, Cameron Chandler, Connor Asbell, who is unfortunately not in this race due to a couple of issues. And then, of course, Cole Wilson, who advanced by his win last week in Michigan. Then you would have Andrew Stacy 4th. The 5th driver advancing would be John Wynn in his first career Xfinity Series playoffs. And the amount of points he's gaining tonight with that 7th place finish, if he can hold on, Landon Johnson would advance to the final spot in the playoffs. Or final spot in the round of 6, I should say. So, should be interesting. Less than 3 laps to go here in Spa. Kind of a tale of 2 different races. This second half is a lot more spread out than what we saw in the first half. First half, top 4 were all over each other, all parts of the run. Second half, everybody's just kind of pulling away. And we're looking to finish this one out here in Spa. And pack up, go home to Charlotte, North Carolina to get ready for tomorrow night's Cup Series race at the Charlotte Roval for the round of 12 playoff elimination race. Race number 21 of the season. Jerry having a solid little run. Pretty quiet tonight. He currently runs in 4th. Remember, he was actually battling for the lead earlier on, then he went down to the inside on Matthew White and ended up going around, and that slowed down a couple of cars. Got Stevenson on pit road, by the way. So I believe it slowed down Stacy. A couple others, Stevenson, Giesbrett, John Wynn. And yeah, it's been really unfortunate for Aiden Donahue. He's up to 6th place currently after getting those fresh tires, but it has just been unfortunate at Spa for the Xfinity Series for Donahue. After looking like he's probably had race-winning speed, practice and qualifying for both races, he ends up wrecked in this one here tonight with damage, and now just kind of behind the 8 ball, not able to battle for the win, coming to 2 to go for Chandler this time by as well. And then in the first race a season ago here at Spa for the Xfinity Series, he ended up blowing a motor just halfway. And here is Tyler Stevenson, currently on pit road with 2 laps remaining. 2 laps to go in Belgium. How about Matthew White? He's starting to close up to the bumper of Cole Wilson for 2nd. This battle could be going on. Matthew White really started off this run pretty slowly. He's been able to reel his way back into the battle for not the lead anymore. It was the lead between Wilson and Chandler, but now that's kind of just gone away. Now a battle for 2nd, but he gets loose, loses a bit of time, and he might be on behind the 8 ball with Cole Wilson. As we look up through our Rouge, pretty empty right now. Chandler, though, just looking to bring it home and not make a mistake. He's got a big enough lead, 4.7 seconds. Just can kind of cruise from here with Wilson continuing to kind of just struggle and White pressuring him. Ooh! Once again to the gravel for Matthew White. Started this race on pole. It's been an eventful one for him. Remember, got that penalty after dangerous driving under caution. Can sit on pit road for a bit. And now here is Cole Wilson going wide into the gravel. Been a fun day in Spa, though. These drivers definitely going to be a bit worn out after this one. Some of them are going to have to regroup tomorrow for the Charlotte Roval 54-lap Cup Series event. For the first ever time the Cup Series will be at the Charlotte Roval. We did lobbies there. It was actually a night race as well when we did that, so it was a little bit of a fun expedition race then, but now it's time for the real deal. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as always. For race number 61 all-time for the points-paying races in the Cup Series. And the final race of the round of 12. We will eliminate 4. will eliminate 2 in a lapse time. Cameron Chandler, final chicane for him. Going to see the white flag this time by. Gonna enjoy one more scenic lap for Cameron Chandler. Final lap in Spa. White and Wilson continuing to try to battle for that second place. White flags are in the air for Matthew White, of course, here on the final lap. So no cautions could come out at this point. Race is official. Chandler just has to bring it home. And Wilson looking to hold on for second. Final time through our rouge for these two. Battle for second and third. White going across the curbs. Bounces up. Nearly had a moment there that could have cost him his race. He's back in the grass. He's going sideways down this back straightaway. Big send. Oh, Matthew White. That is completely illegal, so he'll have to slow down no matter what. And he's in the gravel again. And Cole Wilson's going to get that spot. My God. I don't know. You must have misjudged it or something. That's a bit of a send. And he's back in the third. And nothing changed from it. Stacy and Donahue battling for the final spot in the top 5. Down to the inside is Stacy on Aiden Donahue. This could be a good battle here in the final lap. Donahue wants to try to get a bit of a rebounds here up to P5 after getting turned on the first lap. Stacy spraying gravel ahead of him, trying to hang on. Be a very solid top 5 finish, especially if he can hang on with Aiden Donahue on his bumper, one of the best racers in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League ever. So, could be impressive. All right, here's Cameron Chandler. Final time through the little kink and down the back straightaway one more time. He came into this race with no confidence at all, just wanted to get through it. But he won the stage, and he's got one more chicane to go here in Spa. Matthew White running in the gravel, just trying to push in here in the final lap, but Cameron Chandler is going to see the checkered flag. He's going to win across seas in Europe. Cameron Chandler wins at Spa. Matthew White is sideways. Oh, Cole Wilson spun. It's a battle for second. Shades of last season. Here we go, side by side. Who's going to make contact? It's White. My God. And Jerry comes across the line to crash. Shades of last year. Oh, man. And final battle for P5. Andrew Stacy. Can he hang on? Final send for Aiden Donahue. Down to the inside he goes. One final corner for Andrew Stacy. He'll see the checkered flag. He will hang on and finish P5 ahead of one of the best drivers in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League, Aiden Donahue. That's got to feel good for Andrew Stacy. Cameron Chandler wins in Spa. So Cameron Chandler, his 5th win of the season. First on a road course.
Hey, Ethan, take a look at that last corner between me and Matthew.
Yeah, we will in a second. Same thing as last season. My God. And this time it's Chandler going to victory lane. Fun event here in Spa. Let's take a look before Chandler. I don't even know if he's going to go down the front straightaway to do a burnout. Let's ride here with Cole Wilson on the final lap to see what he saw in that insane finish with him and Matthew White. So Matthew White's just going for it all. Oh my God, that's a send. Goes to the inside, turns Cole Wilson around and basically wrecks himself. Then he goes wide. Here comes Wilson. White's sideways. Wilson's gassing it up, trying to not spin the tires. They're door to door. They make contact, and that's how close it was for second across the line.
I don't think Matthew see White today.
Yeah, free Matthew White.
no penalty for sure. That was
All right, Cameron Chandler wins in Spa. He wasn't very excited to come across seas to Belgium from the long flight, but he's going to be ending. He's going to take his trophy home here tonight, which is something I don't think he expected.
Hey, Ethan, they gave me a nice little radio so I can talk to you before I get out the car. So how are we doing?
Pretty fun race here tonight, I would say. You gotta admit that you like Spa now.
Absolutely not. I think we should still never come back.
All right, well, too
If
bad.
it wasn't for the TCMC rocket ship, we would be in freaking. I don't even know where we would be nowhere to be seen as we stalled it.
if it wasn't for Cole Wilson getting 2 slowdowns every lap, then it may have been a battle. Every lap, I got one in Eau Rouge and I got one in the fast corner before the bus stop chicane. Every lap I got.
See, the fans still don't like me. I've stalled the car twice, and all I can hear is boos.
I would boo too.
Yeah, honestly, I would too. This is pretty.
They don't
this
like
is
us
very poor.
Americans. That's what it is.
I told you we don't need to come back here, but they
Road
pretty
Atlanta.
poor. Yeah, I think Road Atlanta should come back for next season.
All right.
I don't see enough smoke there, Cameron.
Yeah, too bad.
That does it in Spa. So we're gonna have a very, very, very long flight over to Charlotte, North Carolina, overnight. So luckily the ETR private jet's pretty fast, so we'll be there in no time
Unlike
for
the
us at
cars.
least. Yeah, take that back. All right, so post-race interviews coming up. We'll have your top finishers and more here tonight for post-race. So Cameron,
Oh.
Cameron Chandler, you guys had we interviewed you last week after Michigan. You had no expectations coming to this race here tonight, so you were already locked into the playoffs on next round of the playoffs on points, and you were able to get the stage win here tonight with a final lap pass, and then now dominate the second half for the win. So overall, how much did your speed surprise you, and how happy are you to get the race victory here tonight?
Yeah, first, I'm kind of wondering why we didn't just interview me when I was doing my burnouts, because they gave me a nice little radio for that. But, yeah, I don't. We saw. I was surprised, honestly. We were as fast as what we were. I thought we would be like way far back, and I felt faster than Woken and Cole for quite a while, and I just couldn't make the pass. And thankfully, Woken and Matthew went side by side through that one part, and I could just easily go through and take it 3 wide and control the race from there.
So we've got all ovals coming up next. So we got, of course, Chicagoland, where you nearly won last season. We got Bristol mixed in there. You won an Xfinity Lobbies race there as well. And Talladega, where you win all the time in lobbies. So how confident are you in the next round to try to get one or maybe even multiple wins?
You know, I'm not gonna say anything because the last 2 tracks I was really confident at, we kind of had a few skill issues and ended up choking those away. So apparently we need to be a little bit like concerned for those. So I'll be concerned for the rest of the races for this season.
All right, well, congratulations on the victory. Enjoy the extremely long flight with your new trophy, and we'll see you, I guess, in the booth tomorrow night in Charlotte.
Yep, I hope we never come back here ever again. And thank you to Lively's Custom Diecast, official diecast producer of FedEx Cup Series.
Nope. All right, so next up's going to be Cole Wilson. So Cole Wilson, good day for you guys after winning in Michigan last week. You've come home in second place. So it's been very good as of late. It was a very good round, so a win, a second place finish, some other good stuff as well. So overall, how do you feel about your night here tonight in Spa to come home P2?
Yeah, a little disappointed. I think we had the speed to win tonight. No, I can't blame anyone but myself for that. A lot of mistakes from me early on, and lots of slowdowns and off tracks. Really disappointing, but we'll fight on for another round and hopefully find my way into the championship 4.
So take me through that final lap. What was going through your mind when you saw Matthew White absolutely sending it down to the inside of you?
Oh yeah, Matthew White. He became kind of a weapon there on that last lap. Ran some interesting lines and then ultimately went down my inside in the last corner, and I think I was in the way of him, so he got into me a little bit and turned us both around. But I don't think he should get a penalty. I think he should get second, and I should get third.
All right, so with the official iRacing scoring, we'll have to look. You're going to be scored in second. He'll be scored sixth for now. But yeah, so still nice job on the run tonight, and we will see you next week in Chicagoland.
All right, thank you.
All right, up next going to be Cherry. So Richard Cherry, you guys come home with a very solid P3 finish. So you ended up spitting there early in the race while battling for the lead. You rebound after having to pit to P3. So overall, taking through your night here in a Spa.
Well, I used suck with the stalkers. I mean, I used wheel hop every single corner, and that spin was used as skill issue by me. Then I just got mad at log, and I apologize for everyone in the race for crashing out on the voice chat. And then I'm gonna be honest. There should be a minimum speed. I mean, it cannot be possible that I come out of the pits. I am 50 seconds behind Landon Johnson, and I just catch him and I go 20 seconds in front. That's not possible. And then, stage caution comes out. I put myself in P4 somehow, and then I used choke again and had a slowdown every single lap in no rouge. And well, that's about it, really.
All right, so of course, overall, are you still happy to come home with a podium finish, P3, after a rough night? It looks like on paper for you guys.
Not to be honest.
All right, so we'll see you in the next race you're able to do.
All right, thank you.
Up next, Andrew Stacy comes home fourth. So Andrew Stacy will come home unofficially P4 after Matthew Wick got a penalty there in the final lap. So you were able to hold off Aiden Donahue, one of the best drivers overall ever in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. So what was it like there in the final lap, holding off of course, the Cup Series points leader?
Well, I mean, I was in general before, like when it turned into 5 to go, I was just cruising. I mean, I was taking it nice and easy, just didn't want to spin out, and then coming to the white flag, we got a bit, had an air into turn 1. Saw he came up right on me, so I just tried to ignore him and try to minimize and try to focus on my entries rather than my exits. So I just tried to block the inside, but he never really got that close to really do anything except at the start of my mistake. So yeah, it was great racing him. I mean, I was expecting him to send me on the final 2 corners, kind of like Cole Wilson, or what happened with Cole Wilson and Matthew White. So yeah, I felt like it was a pretty good race. I mean, I just raced here to get those few little state points just to get locked into the playoffs for the next round. So yeah, but Clear Racing is definitely going to try to push for that final 4 spot.
So how confident are you in the round of 6 tracks where you can maybe even win, try to lock yourself into the Final 4? So we got Chicagoland next week, Talladega after that, and then Bristol for the championship cutoff.
I think definitely my strong suit would be Bristol. I mean, I grew up racing it on the old NASCAR games, so that was the one track I always used to do. So I feel confident. I barely run in AI racing, but I feel like I'll be a good one, and I feel like I can easily. If I do get eliminated, I feel like I can easily get 5th place in the standings. And yeah, but I feel confident that I can beat Josh Wynn and Landon Johnson. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I definitely enjoy it.
All right, well, nice job here on the run tonight, holding off Aiden Donahue and coming home with a very solid top 5 finish, and we will see you next week in Chicagoland. So a couple more interviews to go here tonight. Next up, going to be Aiden Donahue. Aiden Donahue, tough night, just like last season. It just doesn't seem like luck goes your way at all here at Spa-Francorchamps. So you took the lead there in the opening lap, but just what happened to get you guys turned around there?
Oh, racing deal. Cole didn't get to go in the racing lane, and to avoid me, just plowed into me, but I put myself in that situation. But, if you go further back, he put me in that spot. And then, we had 5 minutes of damage, and the people decided, yeah, let's shorten the yellow, so I couldn't catch up. So I was running 20 to 30 seconds behind the whole field at one point. I was faster than most of the leaders anyway. never went our way. Yeah, just people aren't really aware of what they're doing, and I get it. I put myself in a spot, but you can avoid the spinning car. But anyway, it was supposed to be for fun. I was gonna get my redemption. I was gonna try to, but we have to wait till next year if it even is on the schedule. Yeah, that's about it.
So we're heading tomorrow night into the Cup Series, the Charlotte Roval, so you're locked into the next round of the playoffs, got nothing to worry about. So what's overall going to be your plan heading into tomorrow night, if you can tell us anything?
Well, tomorrow's gonna be a pretty special kind of sentimental thing for me. Not tomorrow, but the next day will be a 14-year anniversary of my mom passing. So we're running the breast cancer car. So we're gonna go out and try and win. That's the key to it. We're gonna win it for her, try to at least. But Matthew's strong, as always, so we'll have to look out for him. Other than that, if we do win, that's cool. I think you said something about sweeping the round, so that'd be nice. But yeah, just going for more of a sentimental race and gonna race my butt off tomorrow.
All right, well, still nice job on the run here tonight, and good luck tomorrow in Charlotte.
Thank you.
Okay, so I doubt Matthew White wants an interview. He never does. So that will do it here tonight in Spa. So definitely an interesting one, and Cameron Chandler ends up with the race victory. So we'll be up tomorrow night at the Charlotte Roval for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Season number 3, Round of 12 Elimination Race. So the drivers eliminated here is Hathorn and Leonard, and then saw the drivers that moved on. All right, so the round of 8 is complete for the Xfinity Series. 6 drivers will race for 4 spots in the championship for these next 3 weeks for Xfinity. And then the Cup Series will be live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the channel at the Charlotte Roval. So that'll do it tonight. We hope you enjoyed. We'll see you tomorrow in Charlotte. Good night from Belgium.